What is up, guys? Welcome back to Rock Bottom Customs. This is part 2 of the Chevy stereo system build. If you missed part 1, I'm going to get it to pop up right here. This episode, I'm going to try to get everything wrapped up with exception of the subwoofers. We're going to be getting a little more extensive with that, but that'll be coming up in another episode. Right now, we got wiring, we got head unit, we got door speakers, we got amps, we got tons and tons of stuff to install. As always, if you like this content, please mash the like button and subscribe. So enough chitter chatter, let's get to it. Alright, I got this out. It just did have the one harness on this thing. Trying to see if this is going to actually work without a control module. Yeah, it's got both the wires. Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll work, maybe it'll work. Let's see what happens. If it knows how to turn on and off or not. Always put your antenna plug in. Some of these use it as an additional ground. I don't know if this one does or not, but just in case. Main harness, and let's just see if this sucker knows how to turn on. Uh-oh. Look at me now. Think it's gonna work, boys? Let's see if it turns back off. Wow. Wow. Nice. So I don't need a control module, and that's good. He's got a little USB thing that's got to go in down there. Alright, let's see. Here's where we're at now. I got this little pluggy anything swapped out for one of these. Had to take all this lower dash stuff apart. I popped it back together. I don't know, I may have to get back in there to get RCAs and whatnot run through here. We'll see how it goes. And those come out right up here. They'll hit the radio. Ended up taking the HVAC controls off to get some more room in here. Where are we at? I think next, pop off all this trim. Let's see about her. Oh, she gets up under the seat on this one. I think this is in my way. Let's get this out of here. I don't need that. Pop this out. Isn't this supposed to slide out from under here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Does the kick pop out next? I may have to get a little tool. Somebody's been mudding. Somebody's been mudding in this thing. Nice. We'll pop some more of that stuff apart. Got 3 sets of RCAs to run from here to the back. That's going to be fronts, rears, and subwoofer. And then I got 2 sets of speaker wire to bring back up for front, left, and rights coming out of the amp back to the doors. So I'm gonna get some more of this stuff popped apart. I know I'm not recording a whole lot of this stuff right here. It's just like, I don't know, I'm outside of my normal world out here, and you know, it's hot and I'm just working at it. So it is what it is, guys. Alright, I got my coat hanger for a fish tape today because I don't have my fish tape here. Let's see if I can get it to go through. Come on. Come on, RCA. Ow, got my head stuck. Ow. Come on, baby. There they are. So that's going to be my front and rear to run out to the amp. Got 2 sets of RCAs there. Marked one of them with a black tape and one without. I think I'm going to make the black tape one be the front speakers, and one without be the other one. Gun pulled through the dash, and now pretty much just got to get them through here along this edge here in that little trough, and I'll probably fish tape them up in behind that because I don't feel like taking this off because it's a pain in the butt because this piece in the back is over top of it. So I'll probably snake them from here to back there, and then they'll be ready to head over to the amp. I got another set to do on that side for the subwoofer. I'm gonna run it separate down the other side. I think, I hadn't decided that for sure yet, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then I got my speaker wires for the front to come back up, so get a little bit more of this accomplished here. Come back at you. Oh, dang, where'd y'all go? Oh, here you are. I got y'all back. Looking good. All right, guys, I've been knocking some stuff out. I'm gonna give you a rundown where we're at here. So I think I got all of the wires pretty much run. Got to make some connections on the radio right here. So I got radio harness, antenna adapter, fronts and rears to the 4-channel amp, lefts and rights on the sub amp. What else we got here? We got the amp turn on wire. It's gonna have to hook to the blue one here. We got our HDMI and USB that goes down into that little fella there. So I think all this is ready to just get that last little bit of connections made so we can get the radio in there, and then we'll have to do some modification on the new faceplate here. Not a big deal at all. We got, let's see, RCAs. Comes over here, runs down here, sneak up here. And I know it's hard to see, but they sneak up in there, pop back out here. And let me flip this seat so we can get a better view on stuff. All right, so there we are. That's our RCAs for that. These orange ones are rear, left and right channels. So when they come out of the amp, they'll head over here to the doors. I got them sneaked in. I know you can't see, there's a tiny piece of orange wire you can see there. Sneaks in to this cavity. I already got them snuck into here, and they're just balled up inside the doors for now. Got that one done, got that one done, and these, here's one here. That speaker wire is for this front right. It's coming through here. It's also balled up in the door, ready for a new speaker on this side. Let's go around the other side here. So on this side, this is where our fronts, that's these two here. Move out of the way, Jimble. That's our fronts coming out of the amp to the front speakers. I got them snuck through here. Again, that rear is coming through here. It's balled up in the back door. Fronts are coming through here along with the subwoofer RCA. Where'd you go? Here's, let's see, here's amp turn on. Subwoofer, oh, here he is. He blends in pretty good. That's subwoofer RCA, amp turn on, and front speakers amped. All comes through this. There's plenty of room in this channel, but I've pretty much used all the real estate I got with that. Got the one front speaker. Very, very hard to see, but It's in some wire loom, cutting through here, coming through the accordion boot, and it's also balled up inside the door, ready for a new speaker. What else? These go over here. Let's see, that's the one for the right door. That's my amp turn on. So yeah, I think that's got everything wired. Wires run anyway. Now everything just needs connected on both ends. So that's next, I guess, is going to be, I'm going to pull these door panels off, replace the door speakers in here, and that'll get us one step closer. We're really making some good progress on this thing. There's a lot of wires to snake around in there, but I think I got them all where I need them now anyway. Well, damn, I just found something else in the box that I got to run one more wire at least, it looks like. Got the little microphone for the hands-free device over here. I don't know. I got to look this over. Thought I was all done running wires, and there's at least one more left. Alright, I just went real simple with this thing. I got it tucked out right here by the radio. It's ready to plug in there, and for now it's just snuck through right here. Little crevice. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Yeah. Right through here. I'm going to see if I can sneak it out beside the bezel and glue it on somewhere out of the way, maybe where it doesn't interfere with the shifter and all that good stuff. We'll see. For now, I just got it sneaking out right there. Answer me this. Why do they always give you 100 feet of wire with this microphone? Like, where are y'all putting the microphone that you need that much wire? Is the microphone going in the back? Is the radio going in the back and the microphone's going in the front? Where are y'all putting this microphone that y'all need 20 feet of cable on it? Answer me that. I don't know. Booyah. Phew. Alright guys, I'm about beat. That was all 4 door speakers. All the wires are there, all the speakers are in. Basically down to just popping the head unit in, hooking up some wires on it, and popping the amp in, hooking up some wires on it. Anyways, I'm gonna call it a night, guys. We'll catch up with you in the morning. Alright guys, next morning here at the Rock Bottom Shop, I am feeling good, refreshed, and ready to get this thing buttoned up out here. Other than the subwoofers, if you've been keeping up, this is the Skar audio box. It's terrible and doesn't even work in that truck that it says it's made for, on account of the subwoofers are gonna hit the floor. So we got to get him some new boxes going, and that's gonna be later because he's gonna have to pick his truck up because he's gonna need it for the next couple days. Meanwhile, I'll get the box built and he can bring it back and we can get him all wrapped up. So for today, I need to get the 4-channel amp going, the head unit going, pretty much everything other than the subwoofers. So enough chitter chatter, let's get after it. All right, gonna get my grounds going. What I got here is 2 grounds on one eyelet right here. We are reducering down to 4 gauge on each amp. I got 0 running back here to a distribution block, and I'm gonna run 4 gauge to the amps. I got this 4 gauge doubled up on one 0 gauge terminal. I don't know if y'all can see. Not really. Let's get in here. So there's a seat belt bolt here. I've taken the nut off of it. I'm gonna put that 00 right there. But before I do, we're gonna hit it with the wire brush on the drill right here. Make sure you got a good clean connection. Yeah, that's on there, bud. Boom. Ground. Boom. A little piece of wood. I painted it with some of that butyl spray like we used inside the doors. I'm going to set it here, and I think it should work out where I can set the amp like this. See what we're working with there? And the other one will mount right here next to it. Boom, like that. So I'll grab a couple of screws and get this thing mounted down. Then we'll get some standoffs right here like I always do. If y'all are watching any of my stuff, you'll see these little standoffs I put right here. Cut us up a few of them. I'll get these amps mounted. Alright, so what I got here, little piece of supply line. It's like plastic PEX type supply line. I cut some little pieces off of it here. Got 4 of these. They're just going to set up under here. I always like to put a little airspace underneath my amps when they're mounted to anything. Plus we got that screw head there I'm going to lift it up from. So that's going to give our amps that little bit of lift. And then we'll just screw them down to the wood. But first, I think I'm going to go ahead and make my connections on the back of these, because it's just going to make it a whole lot easier. Alright, got these suckers mounted. Got a couple of screws there with my standoffs. Got a little breathing room under there. Got everything hooked up. Boy, what a mess of wires. I'm going to go through and clean some of those up. I'm going to put some that wire loom on some of this back here that's going beside those bolts on each side. Get a little wire loom on that stuff, clean them up a little bit. Let's see, we got to pop our little fuse in here for the 4 channel. I'm not going to put the fuse in on the other side yet on account of that's for the subwoofer amp. Still don't have the front fuse in. We'll put that in last. Oh, get on there. Cute. There you go. Pretty cute. Alright, so like I said, still got to put the head unit in, but that should be all plug and play. It looks like a mess of wires right here, but I mean, it's all plug other than, let me see, my amp. Yeah, this gray one here, this amp wire has got to plug in on the blue one in here to kick the amps on. Everything else is just plug in. Probably put some wire ties or something on some of this. Luckily, this radio, the way it's made, it's got a big cavity in the back of it, as you can see here. So plenty of room for wires to get jumbled up in there, so that's a plus for me. I guess that's where I'm at next, getting this dashboard squared away, getting that new bezel piece on here. I gotta drill a little hole in it. He's got one of these little tuner dinguses here. Had to drill a little hole in his new piece for the dingus to pop out. But yeah, I think that's about it, man. Get that head unit in. Maybe we'll be able to do a little testing, a little test tickle on it. All right, got all that put back together. Got the little tuning knob on there. Everything looked pretty good. This aftermarket panel right here, as you can see, don't quite fit up as good as a stock one does. But I'll probably clean that edge up. Probably make it look pretty good anyway though. I think that radio turned out real good in it. That double din fits in there nice. I do like that. Next thing, see if we can throw a spark. Sparky. Just thank you, good Lord. There you go. Sometimes I throw a zip tie around these covers so they don't come off, but that one seemed to snap on good, and if you do need to take it out, you'd rather not have to cut through a zip tie to do it, so if it'll sit there and hang on, we'll roll with it. Alright, I got some kind of initial adjustment made on the 4-channel amp. The mono block doesn't have a fuse in it. Back here in this one, doesn't have a fuse for the mono block in it since we don't have our subs and box and stuff ready yet. Let's just see. We got a blue light on the amp. I think that's a good sign. What's this say? Crystal clear touchscreen. Wow. Alright guys, here she goes. Got it all cleaned up. Everything's looking freaking snazzy, dude. Looking snazzy. Pretty stock. This little bezel piece could have fit a little better, but aftermarket is what it is. It ain't terrible. Back here, got everything tucked away. Like I said, we ended up having to do some custom boxes, so he's gonna have to come back, get that taken care of. Seat flips up. There you go. There's the amps, got everything wired up. Got these right here ready to head to the subwoofer boxes. Got things tidied up pretty nice back here. Got the jack and all this BS, whatever all that is in there. Got a bunch of daggone wires. Heads out in there. Come out pretty daggone good if you ask me. Get them subs in here and I think it's gonna pull the whole thing together. I'm gonna have 2 separate boxes. Slop this down for a second. So I'm gonna have 2 separate boxes, one on each side. 10s will be facing forward. And then in between the 2 10s, I'm gonna build a little piece that'll kind of connect the 2 boxes together in the middle and also cover up this amp section right here so kids' feet and stuff ain't stepping on all that. But for now, till he gets his boxes in next week, he's gonna have to roll like that right there, but I think it's pretty good. Actually, I think it's daggone great. Let's bring it back and get on the subwoofers, get this thing bumping a little bit. But for now, that's where we're at with it. Everything went together real nice. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned because the box build and the completion of this install is gonna be epic. If you like this content, as always, mash that like button and please
subscribe.